Affinity Solutions helps brands, media companies, agencies leverage data for better outcome measurement in a variety of ways. I mean, Affinity Solutions is the consumer purchase insights company. We lead in a variety of media and marketing use cases, activation, measurement, targeting. But the key is our data, which is scaled and based on the actual transaction, credit and debit, is used as sort of a de facto currency for the outcome, which is the purchase. At Affinity Solutions, our tagline is "We are what happens." That is because we see that last bit of the action, which is the purchase.
Perfect. And with the focus on CTV, given how rapidly that's growing, maturing even, how do you see the biggest challenges in that space in 2025 and maybe even a little beyond?
Sure, there are certain challenges in CTV, but luckily we have some amazing partners in that space, Disney Advertising, Netflix, and many others. We see the really important good things coming out of it, which are there's a lot of excitement, there's a lot of eyeballs moving to CTV, so there's a lot of people there with interesting content that they're engaging. So there is a huge demand from brands as well as those media companies to make sure that advertising that they're spending on CTV, the ROI is positive. And how do you do that? We are what happens. You do that with a purchase and understand, did that advertising lead to an outcome?
Absolutely. And so in terms of another question around how brands approach online advertising even generally, again, particularly in the CTV realm, how can brands ensure that their data strategies align with actual business outcomes, especially, again, given how fragmented CTV is, just like the rest of online advertising?
Yeah, there's certainly not a solve right now for all the media fragmentation. However, having a de facto core purchase metric, for lack of a better term, is the first step. A known, did a person accomplish an outcome or a transaction? The other is the investment from those media and CTV platforms, which is great. We've seen a ton of that, and that's going to not only solve and help brand problems, but they're really rising to the occasion because, again, brands are not just going to spend money willy-nilly over a lot of media without understanding the outcome. And now more than ever, there's a fluid outcome for brands. Some brands want more traction on their website, some want purchase, some want other things. So really servicing the needs of that fluidity and that market valuation is key.
So given the needs that run across all that fluidity and the varying needs, how important is real-time data in CTV measurement? For a lot of advertisers, the thought is, hey, it's just TV, isn't it? And of course, it's not just TV.
Yeah, real-time data, called recency, for our business and I think for the industry is critical. Now we have the technology and the connectivity in CTV to be able to receive that information, and it needs to be done, primarily because like at Affinity, we see every purchase tells a story. That story changes. You might buy one product and as an impulse, but when you go with your family, you buy it at a Costco or something like that. So real-time data allows you to understand that fluid purchase and optimize across that whole journey as opposed to an episodic at the end of it, last click. So real-time data is critical.
Mm-hmm. And kind of drilling down a little bit further, but also a little bit more widely, in another way, what data is critical for outcomes measurement? Is it just strictly a purchase was made, we tied it to this ad, is that it? Or is there more to it than that in terms of what data is critical for this situation?
We were just talking about this on the panel. It was fantastic because there is no silver bullet for this. However, the more variables that are unknown that you can solve and make them known, the better the experience is going to be for the brand. And one thing we do know is a purchase is an outcome and it's tangible and it's what typically folks value. So the purchase is a critical piece of it. Is it every single aspect of measurement? No. But we always used to say the best proxy for a purchase is a purchase, and that's what we have. That data is critical.